was trying a little something different, but not really. It's still a toy, ukulele, little guitar. I don't know. I think there may be a special name for it. I call it a story accenter. How about a electronic, visual, audio, social media message accenter? Act center, not act center like ACTCENTER, but accent. You know, like something that you have if you're not from here. By the way, do I have a ghost accent? A ghost accent? Do I have a sub-physical accent? You know, like people from other countries or other countries from wherever. A person from a country other than the one you are living in usually have an accent if they're speaking the same basic language. You know what? That's not even why we're even doing this, and I'm getting onto a tangent of talking about accents and bullshit. Anyway. Oh, speaking of anyways, I am aware of the magician's little taunt about the story of the scariest song ever made. Listen by Mouth South. We're debating the course of action of how to deal with this instigation from the magician. Before we go any further, we better accept a little generosity. Accept a little green generosity. Stop it. Much. Too and much. I'd like to acclimate a little bit here. There's the acclamation I was looking for. Their generosity is getting more potent. So, oh yeah, okay. Through some force of let you know, so to speak, let us know, we were reminded, made aware of, pointed to something we actually didn't think really existed, at least not in this manner. Not to say we didn't think it existed at all, but we never really looked for it. It just happened to land in our yard, so to speak. And that is, you know what, let's go with our accenter, because this thing, that's just to mess with you. What the hell are you doing? I don't know. Okay, this is what we came across. Some years ago, let's say, 2011, while maniacal styles was still a thing, Mr. Vain found himself in a position where he was, well, in a sense of an exile, but not a complete exile, more of a separation. But that was short lived, and it really wasn't to the point where he couldn't do things. Mr. Vain had written a song called "'Twas Brillig" many years before Maniacal Styles, but after Sinister Outright Behavior. And this song ended up being in the catalog of songs, one of the songs on the album Solo Observation. It was Daniel Vain's solo song. Each member of the group had a solo song put on the album just to show that, yes, they could do a solo song. Well, there you go. Mr. Vain's was "'Twas Brillig." Now, while Mr. Vain was out on hiatus or whatever he was doing, he made a very low budget, very strange music video for "'Twas Brillig," starring only himself, and with the help of only a cameraman who only payment request was provide him with beer throughout the shoot, which was fine with Mr. Vain. Small downfall of that was, as the shoot went on, the cameraman's camera skills, they did start to get a little wobbly and shaky towards the end of the shoot. But Mr. Vain utilized this occasional shakiness to great creative effect, basically trying to make the video look older than it really was. Now, in the video as well, Mr. Vain dresses up in a bunch of different costumes, runs around, plays with a giant doll, and then he posted it on YouTube. And a lot of people saw it. Mostly people who knew Mr. Vain as the rap artist from Maniacal Styles. And they thought it was hilarious, to say the least. Very goofy. Now, when Mr. Vain did return back to the main circle of Maniacal Styles, as well as Grim Reality Entertainment, and all the artists associated with the two in one way or the other, the CEO of Grim Reality Entertainment was working on another venture called Insane Hustler Productions, making music videos. And the CEO, Mr. JP the Hustler, asked Mr. Vain to edit some videos. We won't get into the first video that Mr. Vain did for Insane Hustler, because that's not the video. Yeah, it was an actual music video that came to our attention. It was actually the second video that Mr. Vain made contributions to for Insane Hustler Productions and Grim Reality Entertainment. The song for the video was called "Take the Trash Out" by Necro G. And Mr. Vain did the editing for... What the hell? We're always having problems with this thing, too, seriously. Oh, nope. I got a string that's like way off. Oh, everything's on. Okay. Necro G's Take the Trash Out. Mr. Vain did the editing. Mr. Vain also appears in the music video for Take the Trash Out in limited, well, in a limited manner. You can see him in the background, and as well, he plays a part where you can't see his face, but he plays he plays a victim, so to speak. You'll understand if you watch the video, because we are going to do it first here. We're going to link to a video that is not on Mr. Vane's YouTube channel. However, Mr. Vane, as mentioned, did edit the video, and he did contribute to being in the video for certain scenes. And he is ill-credited for being the editor of the video, which was kind of a surprise to Mr. Vane, but then again it wasn't. What was really the surprise is that it was still the original video. It was still the original video that had been uploaded back in 2011 when the video was created. Alright, and that is it. That was the extent of this one. Let's get out of here before this goes any longer, because most of the time I've just been playing around, right? Take the trash out, G. Take the trash out. And don't be a minion.